What's up, besties? Welcome back to another episode of IEM Besties. Woo! I am your host, Stephanie.
What's Gucci? I'm Isis.
And to the listeners, hello, good morning, good evening, and good night.
Hi. Or loud ass laughs.
I know. I know. Sometimes I'll be editing and I'll be like listening and I'll be like, whoa.
Ew.
Thankfully, though, because it helps me. And I've heard you guys, some of them have told me like, hey, you guys are mega loud.
Look, you have the ability to control your volume at home. So I got nothing to do with me.
I know. I got you guys, though. I'll be tweaking it.
Yeah.
When I can.
Shout out to our editor, Stephanie.
Yes.
Does an amazing job.
Editor, friend,
Bestie.
Oh
my God. So to our new followers, listeners, subscribers.
Yes. Yeah. If you guys if this is your first time watching IEM Besties, welcome. I know we should always welcome because I feel like, we are always shouting out, the besties that have been ride or dies.
Period.
But we should start shouting out
Our new besties.
Yeah, our new besties, just to make you guys feel welcome and part of the team.
Yes. Hey, new besties.
Hey, new besties.
Okay, wait. We totally forgot to do outfit chat last time. And I have to say, our outfits today are giving very Merry Christmas.
Yes. Very ho, ho, ho.
Very ho, ho, ho-y, if you know. So, Stephanie, what are you
what am I wearing?
Describe it to the listeners.
Okay. I am wearing some knee-high leather boots.
Like Bratz dolls boots.
Yeah, like Bratz dolls boots with some tight-fitted pants. I think these are super old. Honestly, I think they're like BB. Remember that?
Oh, so they are really firm and probably hug your figure in all the
yes,
places.
They're really. And then this is my Christmas sweater, my doggy Christmas sweater, you guys. TJ Maxx has been my bestie lately.
It is phenomenal.
And then I'm wearing some little puppy Christmas earrings as well. We're deck the halls out.
Deck the halls out.
Yes.
Oh my God. I absolutely love your outfit. The doggies, they're just giving me that bitch.
Yeah, they're little bad bitches on here.
Literally bad bitches. Which one are you?
I'm gonna have to say this one. Okay. It is like a golden, and it reminds me of my dogs.
That is so cute. Fine.
Yeah.
You'll be the
You'll be the one in my heart.
They'll be the one in your heart. Yeah. I'll be the ones hanging from your ear.
Yeah. Oh yeah, these are so cute.
Period.
What about you?
Well, starting from the bottom, you already know my high-heeled Crocs, studded, iconic Croc collection.
Always.
Don't fucking question me, okay? Whoa, don't mind the ash on my feet either. I'm wearing my Hound Stamp trousers, my black corset, and I'm wearing on top a little green Christmas jacket that has a whole bunch of what do they call Frosty the Snowman?
Yeah, some snowmen, some people ice skating, Santa. Yes. You guys, honestly, it's the cutest cardigan ever.
Yeah. And you know what's so funny? I got this at a vintage estate sale.
Love.
And I got it, I'm like, there's always a ugly Christmas sweater or a Christmas party. I'm like, so yes, I did buy this in May, knowing that I wouldn't use it one time in December.
Aww.
So,
girl, oh my gosh.
I already got my money's worth.
Let me borrow it.
You already
$10?
know. Well, because I bought a whole bunch of clothes at the estate sale. Right. So, they got for $10.
No, it's really, really cute. I love it.
Does it give like first grade teacher vibes?
Yeah, it's just like very like cozy. Like you'd give me a hug or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then my corset gives ho, ho, ho vibes. But y'all already knew that.
Yeah, it's like you button it and then like someone in the movie's like, oh my gosh. Like, you know how like they have like transformations and then they just unbutton and they're hot now? Hey. Or they take their glasses off and they're hot
my
now.
outfit is giving when you teach a class at 7 but then have dinner at 5:30.
But gotta hit the club.
Yeah, but gotta hit the club. I'm like, yeah, but that's my outfit.
I have a question. Is your necklace like a charm necklace?
Oh, yeah. So when I went to New York, shout out to my bestie, Evelyn. She was wearing like this like cute charm necklace and I'm like, bitch, we need like a charm necklace together that we both get in New York and it's gonna be our best friend necklace. Cute. So I got it all representing like a little bit of me. I'm gonna take it off so I can remember first.
No, you guys, it's really, really. I'm all for the listeners. It's really, really cute.
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell did I get? Okay, so I got, starting from the left, a little angel because obviously I'm an angel that fell from heaven here on earth. Next, what I get, an Aries because obviously I'm an Aries. I got a little cross because I've been having a little come to Jesus moment. So shout out.
I've been needing him sometimes.
Shout out to God, Jesus Christ. And then I got an eye with a mother of pearl because I'm the mother. I'm these bitches' mothers. And obviously my name is Isis. Then I got a sun because obviously I'm a Aries double Leo fire. I am the sun, earth, moon, water, air, fire, earth. I don't give a fuck. Whatever you want to call it. And then a martini because one thing about me, I'm always going to have a motherfucking drink in hand.
Do you like martinis?
Absolutely not. But they didn't have a tequila bottle, so beggars can't be choosers.
So true.
Yeah.
It's adorable. We love it. You look stunning today.
Thank you. It's all thanks to Stephanie. She told us, go Christmas out or don't motherfucking come at all.
Honestly, you know what I hate? Kind of that like Christmas sweaters are not like ugly Christmas sweaters are no longer ugly Christmas sweaters.
Yeah.
They're just Christmas sweaters.
Yeah. Who the fuck wants an ugly ass Christmas sweater though?
Dude, but I like the vibe. It's cute. But also if you really think about it, it kind of gives like serial killer vibes. Like those ugly Christmas, like the real ugly Christmas sweaters.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
They kind of do give. They just give like somebody's hiding in your basement.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So these are our ugly but
Gorgeous.
cute sweaters.
Goofy, silly. These are silly Christmas
They're
sweaters.
silly little girl
They're
sweaters.
just silly little girls. Oh, but how are you feeling? I feel like I'm on cloud 9 right now.
Do you? I got my woman. Oh, you guys, you know what? Let me rephrase what I was about to say because I want all of us to do a round of applause. 12 periods this year, you guys. 12 whole periods. And I'm currently on my last one. Eight. So that is, you know what? Let's do rose and thorns. Let's
jump into rose and thorns.
Let's jump into rose and thorn. My rose is that I shout out to all the moms this year, obviously, to the new ones, the old ones, and the ones coming through.
Period.
But I am thankful that I did not get pregnant this year. And I'm currently on my period, so that is my rose, that I got all 12.
So this means that there was a possibility that she was not going to get the one in December, so she was a little nervous.
No, we just got to be thankful for our body and the way it moves and the things it can do. And, you know, I feel like I'm trying to rebrand my brain.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay, everything is positive. So, like, you got your period, but that just means you're cleansing all the negativity out of your system.
Yeah. Oh, my God. See, I love the framing of that.
Thank you.
Shout out to the body detoxing
Shout out
you of all
to
the
mothers.
negativities. Yeah. Shout out to the mothers. My rose is that I went to church.
Oh, love.
Yeah, like I just decided like I wanted to go. So for the besties that don't know us, I'm not a particularly religious person. I have a lot of personal qualms about religion.
Same.
You know, you can make the assumptions why. And I don't want to bag on that right now, but wait till
we just started.
Yeah, I'm like, wait till another episode. Wait till we get a little bit more into it. And so I've always just, you know, I got like baptized and all that Catholic, but this whole like last week, there was just like so many like signs of like God talking to me and responding to my questions. And then on Wednesday, I was like, you know what? Let me go to this like cafe that I like to go to and just like get some work done. But when I had went, like the first time I went there, I actually spotted a friend that I hadn't seen since middle school. Mm-hmm. And when I saw him, I remember that he was like a very deeply religious, like young man and like super into, you know, Christianity and God. And so when I saw him again, I'm like, oh my God, like, how are you? Like, you know, it's like, he's like, oh, how are you doing? And then we like exchanged information and he's a youth pastor. And I was like, oh, you know, I work in politics. Like, oh, of course. Like, actually, that makes so much sense for you. Like, of course you would be wanting to do something like helping people or doing like that. And I'm like, oh my God, like, can't believe you remembered that about me. Actually, I can't. I'm unforgettable. Of course, you remember that about me. And
yeah,
so,
when I talk, they listen.
Exactly. I was like, Dick, should you remember that one time that I got caught by Mr. Nelson? He's like, no. I'm like, oh, thank God you don't remember that. And so we started like just talking and like sharing a lot about like our lives. And he went through like something very similar that I'm going through like right now, you know, in terms of like our divorce. So then we just started like sharing and talking a lot about stuff. And then I was just like, you know, could you give me like a passage from like the Bible, you know, something for me to like just go home and read or just think about. And he's like, yeah, he's like, it's 2 words. And he's like, Jesus wept. And it was talking about like when before God went to like resurrect somebody, he sat down and like mourned and like was crying with like all the people there, even though he knew he was gonna, you know, bring this person back to life. And so I'm just like, yeah, I guess like it's like shared humanity, shared grief, you know. And like I saw a quote that's like, sometimes we don't go to our friends, I'm paraphrasing, but sometimes we don't go to our friends about like when we're dealing with sad things because we're like, we don't want to burden them.
Right.
But someone was just like, you know, joy is shared and sorrow is just like one half, you know. So it's like you're sad, but I'm just here to like to comfort you, to be here. It's not so that I can too be sad. It's like, so don't worry about how I'm gonna feel about your sadness. Just know that I'm here to share it and to be here with you, even if I'm not like experiencing that.
Right.
And so I was just like, man, you know, like I haven't even seen this person in 13 years, and we're just like sharing so much about our lives, and I'm just like, you know what, maybe I need to go to like church, you know, maybe I need to go to church. And so I was like, all right, on Sunday, like I'm gonna go. So I had of my friends that go. And like when he started the message, before I was on my way to church, I was thinking about like, man, sometimes we're so scared to do things because we're like we're afraid of the unknown, right? And it's like sometimes the thing you're most scared about is actually gonna reward you. Like when I tell you, I have never received so many blessings and abundance and like just like accomplishments and, you know, and things to be like happy and grateful for since, you know, this process. It's like, I can't believe I was so scared to do this. And like, it's actually the best thing that ever happened to me.
Yay.
And, you know, so like when I went, like the message was just like, sometimes we can't be fearful. Like we have to just trust God. So if you don't believe in, you know, if you don't have a religion, you don't believe in God, like trusting the universe, you know, because I believe in like the universe and like manifesting and saying things and they being true. So I just felt like this weekend was just like, don't be fearful and like be fearless. And then, you know, our episode came out on La Platica.
Yeah.
And I feel like, man, I'm such on a cloud nine. Like that just feels so rewarding. Like, you know, La Platica is such a huge podcast and I definitely did watch them. And they've had like huge guests, you know, so accomplished people. So to add us, I just feel like, damn, like we're the shit.
Feel like a lot of blessings are surrounding you right now.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, mine wasn't as cool as Isis.
No, bitch, because my thorn would have been on you being a fucking mother.
Imagine. That'd be crazy, y'all. Imagine I dropped that bomb on you guys, like, as the year ends, like, surprise.
Oh, my God.
That'd be crazy. Maybe next year, y'all. Maybe not.
Holy mother of God.
Okay, what's your thorn?
My thorn is... You know what? I feel like I don't have a thorn this week.
Yeah, I love that.
I feel like I don't have a thorn this week. I feel like, yeah, I feel really blessed, really highly, really favored. Hey, sister.
Amazing. Everyone, another round of applause.
Yeah. So I'm glad I don't have a thorn.
Yay.
How about you?
I love that. My thorn. I've been feeling a little down. Okay, I've been feeling a lot down, you guys. But I've been pushing through it, so I guess it's okay. But I would still say that it's getting me.
Yeah.
But it's okay. I'll survive.
You'll work through it.
Yeah. But that's my thorn.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, you guys, we're on La Platica. If you guys haven't checked out that episode, you guys should definitely go check it out. Honestly, it was so much fun. I had such a great time.
So much fun.
Yeah, it was my first ever podcast as a guest since IE and Friends started like 4 years ago.
Damn.
Yeah, so it was cool kind of being in a different... I don't know though, like I tend to like want to podcast regardless. Like even if it's not my podcast, I was like, okay, how do I keep this conversation moving?
Yeah, no, it was such a great time. Honestly, we had so much fun. I'm so glad we got to do like that together.
Yeah,
and like go on their studio and check out they have a legit.
They have an
setup.
Amazing studio. Yeah,
bro, shout out to their team as well. Cause
oh my God, the best.
Yeah, I believe it was Jess and Matthew, right?
Yeah, they were so cool.
They were so amazing. Like honestly, they were great, very hospitable. And the episode I did not realize was 2.5 hours long.
Are you joking? Same, like literally same when I saw that time. Because everyone was commenting like, oh, 2 hours plus. I was like, 2 hours plus? Yeah,
I was like, we did not talk for that long.
I know. And then I looked and I was like, almost 3 hours. That's crazy.
Insane.
It's crazy how our mouths will just go on and on and on.
It's crazy we don't know how to shut the fuck up. No.
Somebody stop us.
No, literally, I couldn't believe it. And even on the episode, we're like, yeah, it's been 2 hours. We're like, 2 hours.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It was crazy.
But we look stunning. I can't get over that. The fact that we look, okay, well, obviously that's every day. But I don't know what it was about that day. Like, I just felt really beautiful. Like, I loved my fit. Really I loved my hair. I loved my makeup. The lighting was impeccable.
It was impeccable.
Yeah, it was a really fun time. Hopefully, we start getting invited to more podcasts.
Yes.
I would love to be a guest.
You're on your other favorite podcast because obviously we're the number one. all your other favorite podcasts that they should invite. I Am Besties.
Yes.
And we for sure want to have, the boys come on and, share their experiences and be here on Besties.
Yeah.
But I had a great time. Shout out to Josh and Sarah for inviting us.
Yeah.
Because it was awesome. I feel like, honestly, getting to be on their platform, I do feel really like honored and cool. And like all my friends are like, oh my God, this is so cool. And those bitches don't be fucking telling me anything is cool as fuck.
That is so funny. That did happen to me. Like a lot of people, I mean, they know I have a podcast, but like with that, they were like, congratulations. And I was like, oh my God, like that's so nice. But I also feel cool too. Cause like, I feel like I've just known Josh for a while that it felt nice. Like he's just the homie, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it was cool, but I am jealous of their studio.
Yeah. Oh, just wait on it, besties.
Yeah, just wait, you guys.
Next year, we're coming to motherfucking hard.
Mm-hmm. We're rolling down hard. Rolling down the mountain.
Rolling down the river.
Oh, isn't it Rowan?
Oh, fuck. Whatever way we're coming, we're motherfucking coming.
We're coming, bitch.
Yeah. So I feel like it was such a great experience. And Stephanie drank with me. That was the first time I have ever actually drank with Stephanie.
She is lying. Like I said on the podcast, she is lying. We literally got so messed up in Houston.
Okay. This is the second time Stephanie has drank with me. Let me correct and retract my statement.
Yeah. I am going full sober. Okay. I'm going California sober. Full California sober this upcoming year. I want to be true to what I challenge myself with.
Okay.
And I feel like the other day, when was it? Saturday, I was tempted to drink. And I was like, literally, we were walking to the liquor store, me and Anthony, because Anthony doesn't drink either, you guys. And we were like walking and we looked at each other and we were like, we're not going to do this. And we turned around. I was proud because we were like,
Anthony, you're such a bad influence.
Yeah, we were like in a situation where like that, we're like, oh my gosh, this really requires alcohol. And then we pushed through and it wasn't bad. So it was okay.
Okay.
I'm glad. And honestly, I just feel so terrible. Like I wish I didn't feel like I felt, but I can't.
With the cute name?
The what?
The cute name for the gastritis. What is it called?
Oh, the colitis?
The colitis.
The cute name, not the cute name.
I was like, not la colitis.
Ahí viene la colitis.
Ay, and she do got a colitis. But yeah.
La colitis, no el culote.
También. Damn, you're strong.
It's really not that hard.
Anthony doesn't fucking drink too, though.
And we're such homebodies.
Lame.
Like I'll see you. I love it. I love that I'm in this era now too, because I'll see you out, and first of all, you don't post enough for my liking sometimes.
Bitch, are you I literally be waking up the next day, and I'm like, I posted way too much.
No, never. More. Give me more.
I'll post more of my close friends.
Yeah. I want to see you being chaotic.
I'm not that chaotic when I get blasted.
Well, then
I was only chaotic on, well, I'm not going to specify what day, but Halloween. I got two. Oh, okay, wait. Tell me why I went out with Carla this weekend, right? And I'm like, we woke up the next morning and like I got ready early as fuck so I can, drive back to Fontana. I'm like, bitch, last night we drank the perfect amount. And she's like, bitch, we finished the whole bottle, just us two. I'm like, right, but we got the small bottle, so that was a perfect amount. But I think it matters like how you prepare to drink. Because
what's your preparation?
My preparation for a full night out consists of many things.
Okay.
But the first and the most important before anything, because it don't matter what you do, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It matters, number one, did you eat, yes or no?
Mm-hmm.
Did you eat, yes or no? And don't eat no motherfucking little salad. You need a hearty meal.
Yeah.
Like you need some protein, you need some carbs in there. And yes, you need some greens.
Unless you're on a budget, in which case, don't eat. And then that way you drink less and get fucked up faster.
Okay, but that's only for nights can end at like 1.
Oh, gotcha.
But like I've been going to a lot of afters lately, so those like end like till like after 3. Sometimes you can go home later.
Qué perrísima, Dios mío.
Okay, but I don't go out till like 12, so I really only went out for a few hours.
She's on Spain partying time. She said America, no thanks.
But it's only the afters. Only the afters you can like drink and like turn up to late. But when you go out before, it's that you got to eat. You got to hydrate. So even a little extra tip, if you drink a little Taste Salud hydration pack, not sponsored, not this portion. Not yet. That and visit it and sleep. I say like sleep. Try to sleep the night before and sleep in as much as you can. Because if you're partying all night, you need to be hydrated. You can't be tired. And you need to make sure you have a good plate so you can keep on drinking throughout the night.
You see what I mean? Like, that is so much work.
I don't do all of that. I just usually just drink and hope to God
that it works out. This is for people who are...
These are people who are planners. If you're a planner, then these are the 3 steps that you need. Yeah. But me personally, I'm going to get fucked up regardless.
You're fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Not
Girl, I don't do any of that, but...
Yeah. Tell me when I ran into Danny, actually, when I was at one of the afters.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was turning, he's like, hi, sis, what are you doing here? I'm like, oh, shit, hey, Danny. I was lit.
Gone.
So I just was like, let's take a picture. I never saw that photo.
You know what? There's a reason why the universe decided to not make us alcoholics at the same time. No, truly, because...
Alcoholics?
Girl, you drank a whole bottle.
Okay, I shared it.
The community drank a bottle.
That was a communal ritual.
But like party girls, in a way. You know what I mean?
I'm upset that the universe did not do that for us.
No, it's
And first
good.
of all, I party like this year round. Like, you know, so really we just didn't link up.
That's what I'm saying. But because I stopped partying last year, really. Like I stopped drinking this year, but like I stopped going out like 2 years ago, maybe. I want to say almost 3. Like actually going out where like I enjoyed being around like in the club and like out in public and stuff. Now I'm literally like, I'm just too in the like American mentality of, is this place going to get shut up? Literally. That is my only thought anytime I'm out. Isn't that sad?
That is horrific.
Yeah.
When did that start for you?
I want to say I really felt it when the shooting in Vegas happened at the festival.
Oh, God, yeah.
That one really...
That was like that was in 2018. I know, because I was actually supposed to, the way he went, the one he originally planned to shoot up.
Yeah.
That day that room was booked. Thank God.
You know what? I think that's why it felt so real, because a cousin of mine was going to go to that concert, to the country concert. Or the festival, and I remember I really wanted to go. And then later a documentary was put out of like some of the survivors, and it just really, really like it's so heartbreaking, but it's just like people's way of surviving is really, really crazy to me. And once I heard that, like it really, really stuck in my head. So now anytime I go to like big events or anything like that, like it's always in the back of my mind. And I mean, to be realistic, like we do live in America, you know, like that is unfortunately a real possibility. Yeah,
it's a real threat. Yeah.
So I think about it too. And then, you know, the shooting in the club in Florida, and it's just like places that I would frequent that I'm like, man, like that could happen to me.
Yeah, honestly, that shooting at that festival was so crazy. Yeah, because I remember I had a homie who sent this to me like, dude, isn't this crazy? He wanted to do it at Life is Beautiful. It was at Life is Beautiful. Yeah. And I remember my mom came into my room, sat down next to me, and like right before I was waking up, and she's like, I need to talk to you. And I'm like, what? And she's just like, I don't want you to go to those festivals anymore. Aww. She's like, I wouldn't know like what to do with myself, like if something were to happen to you. Yeah. And the fucking young, immature, arrogant ass me, I was just like, well, Mom, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm still gonna go. I'm like, I'm not gonna sit here
because we don't think about like the dangers, like you know, I mean, when you're younger, you don't really think about those things.
Yeah. Honestly, I just feel like, truthfully, what's meant to be for me is going to be for me. Like, 100%. If God wants tomorrow to be the last day for me, is going to be that. Yeah. Like, you get me? There's so many things, like you said, there's kids who went to school and that was their last day.
Yeah.
You know?
No, absolutely. I just have anxiety.
No, and it's real. Yeah. Like you said, that's not like... it's not like, you know, being scared of little spiders gonna kill you, right? Yeah. Even though that's very rational.
Yes, I would say very valid.
I would say that's a rational fear. Like Black widows can kill you.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I don't know how many people a year, but I'm not trying to be a statistic. So, you know, respect to the, you know, spiders.
I know. I do hate it though, because I remember when the shooting at the movie theater happened with Batman.
With Batman.
My dad didn't want to let me go to see Twilight. And I remember I was like, whatever, Dad, I'm going to go anyways. And at the time, like I didn't think about it. But after a while, like it just was always in the back of my head, like what, like now it's always just that, like, what is my exit plan? Especially in that documentary, like some of the things they talked about is just kind of like how afterwards, like everything when they, you know, everyone was like, okay, you can come out. Yeah. How some of the people that were working were still kind of helping people find the exit. Wow. They're like, the fact that like, yeah, they work there, but they also just experienced this with all of us. And they're still able to be in a state of mind where they want to help people calmly find their way out. And, you know, like still get back to work and be like, okay, this is where you go. This is how you get out. Like, whilst this also happened to them. So I'm just like, man, like, I don't know. I don't want to think. Obviously, I don't think about that all the time, but it is at least a flash of a second where I'm like, oh shit, like we could probably get shot up here.
I'm like, what did John say? We just need the absence of negative thoughts.
Yeah. I know. Damn
I'm like, somehow we need to delete that from your brain.
I know. Yeah. I mean, America has to delete it. Yeah.
Well,
it's America's fault.
Could put some gun laws, but that'd be asking for too much. Yeah.
God forbid y'all fill a few more forms out.
Right. Speaking of filling forms out and being denied, did you hear about the CEO from United Healthcare getting assassinated?
I did. Did you see the video?
Yes, I did.
It's pretty crazy how this was in the middle of the day. I feel like that.
It was in the middle of the day?
Yeah, and he took off on a bike. He literally like pulled up, left, got on his little bike and dipped. I think it was a city bike too.
Oh my gosh! I thought it looked like grainy, like at night, but maybe
no. I think it wasn't. I think it might have been in the morning. No, because he was going to a meeting, so I think it couldn't have been past like noon.
Wow.
Yeah, it might have been in the morning, but yeah, I know he was going to like a meeting, and then Luigi.
Damn.
Luigi, if you guys don't know, he's been caught allegedly.
Allegedly.
Do we think it's him, you guys?
I don't know. Innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah, dude, it's okay. It's not hilarious, you guys. Obviously, nobody dying is like a funny thing, but I will say that billionaires don't care, especially billionaires who are CEOs of a fucking healthcare company. They don't care when your family member passes because they've been denied access to healthcare. So I will show zero empathy when rich people die. But anyways, I forgot where I was going. That's my point. Now imagine. Yeah. What the hell was I saying?
Luigi, that they killed him in the middle of the day.
Yeah. So it started this whole controversy on TikTok that like some people are like, oh my gosh, thank God he did that, American hero, whatever. And so like now that they caught him, people are like, what? Luigi was with me that day. But they're all like writing alibis.
That is hilarious. Yeah, no, I thought what was really significant, I want to quote his bullets, because they said the bullet shells. So when he shot the CEO, the bullet shells read, deny, delay, and depose. So what that means is allegedly those three words are alleged tactics that insurance companies are accused of using in order to deny people claims. And it's also the title of a book that talks about health insurance companies and how families, unfortunately deny claims every day because they don't want to cover them. And so when I think of the act itself, I think that the act of obviously assassinating someone, obviously we're not going to applaud that, but I think it is symbolic. And I think, who's to say that this one guy who just hurt, right? He like harmed a family, right? He harmed someone's family and it changed the trajectory of that family. But what do these health insurance companies do? United Healthcare is the number one insurance company who denies claims to their customers. 1 in 5 people are denied claims. That's insane.
Yeah.
Medical debt is one of the top reasons that people have to file for bankruptcy.
Did you see what happened with, I don't know what other company it was, but they were going to start charging for anesthesia?
Yeah, that was Blue Shield, I believe.
Blue Shield, yeah. And we don't know if this is correlated, but then the shooting happened and they were like, oh, just kidding. We're not going to do that.
Right.
And I think, obviously, like Isa said, we're not here to condone murder, obviously. But I do think that people will go to extreme measures in protest.
Yeah.
You know, like I think in situations like that, it's not like he just said, "Oh, I'm just gonna go kill this random person on the street."
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's very, very obvious. And I also appreciate that it's gonna bring more light to. I mean, we're literally a first world country and we don't have health insurance. That's insane.
That's insane. And I even think about it. I remember when, you know, Bill, well, I don't remember, but I read about it.
Back in my old days.
Back in the days. I'm like, because I was alive, but not doing well at that time. I was only 3.
Wow, you weren't buying land yet? Come on.
I'm like, come on. I'm like, damn, I should have
saving for your house?
I know. I should have never spent those $2.25 in 2001. Yeah, so back in like the early 2000s when when Bill Clinton was president, Hillary was actually pushing for, you know, a socialized like a social health network, you know, where everyone would be entitled to healthcare in America, and they shut her down. And like when we think about it now, right, when we're like, why are we America, right? And like Europe and all these other countries have this, like, have free healthcare and it's affordable, it's accessible healthcare for everyone. Why can't we do that? Well, because there's money in elections, you know, and these top companies pay money to lobbyists so that they can then influence policy, so that like people in the legislature and Congress are denying and voting against bills that are like healthcare for everyone. Yeah. In California, which is a super majority Democratic state, there was a bill, I remember when I was working for a politician, to make healthcare that everyone in the state of California would have free healthcare. That didn't even make it to a floor vote. They killed it. They killed that bill. And we're talking about we're a super Dem liberal, allegedly right place, and that didn't even make it. Yeah. That's how much money is in our healthcare.
I mean, and it's just how little they care about their people.
They don't.
They literally don't. And it's not even just like I just feel like giant, and I think that's what irritates me, like when people, and you know what? No, actually, on Ben Shapiro tried to make it a like Dem Republican kind of debate, and even his own followers were like, you know what, like this isn't really the right take. Like this applies to everyone. This isn't just about Democrats like applauding murder and like Republicans like being against it. This is like a very serious issue that affects both ends. So I kind of like that it's a topic I do think it's going to unite, you know, both parties in some way, because at the end of the day, that's literally what the government is, you know, like it's how do we represent both sides? What are both sides really trying to they usually have one common goal.
Absolutely. And I think your government should serve you. That's why we pay taxes.
100%.
You know, like I guess this is not a party line issue. Like even when we think about like the Affordable Care Act, before 2000 and I can't remember when that was voted in, if it was in 2012 or like after 2009, but before the Affordable Care Act or Obamacare, people were denied health care coverage because you already had pre-existing conditions or you were too old.
What?
So if I went to Cobra and I had, let's say, you know, a chronic illness, cancer, and I went to go apply for an insurance on my own because maybe I'm a 1099, I'm, you know, self-employed, I could be denied just because I had cancer. Even though I was in remission, I fasted, it's been a few years now, my BMI could be, you know, doing well, my health, all my blood panels and lipids and all that stuff, say I'm doing great. But just for the simple reason that I once had cancer, that disqualifies me completely.
That's crazy.
So now I don't have any access to healthcare. And that was legal. That was law. So now we're potentially facing the repealing of the Affordable Care Act. And that means a lot. That means if you're on your parents' insurance company till you're 26, baby, not next year, you will not be. That was part of that. Obamacare helped people to still be on their parents' insurance to their parents' healthcare plans until they're 26. That's thanks to that.
That is so crazy. I remember when I got married, I was excited to finally have healthcare, you guys. I never got it though.
Like I wasn't able to make it during the open enrollment period.
Yeah, what is it called? My trial period of the marriage.
Yeah. It's okay. You know what? Some jobs have probation. Some marriages do too.
We just didn't make the cut. Season 1 only.
It's all right. Hey.
Dropped it after the pilot.
You know what? It don't work out, but better things. Yes,
on their
exactly.
Way. Exactly.
Yeah. Fuck health insurance.
Fuck big companies, because you know what I just heard, that companies like Zara, H&M, they're gonna start charging for returns.
What?
Mm-hmm. They don't want to cover the fees of like the processing fees of getting the return, so they're gonna start charging you. Unless you're like, I think Amazon, if you're near an Amazon Fresh or something like that, you can do a return for like $1 or something like that. But yeah, they're gonna start charging fees to return online.
That's insane. It's insane. That's what I'm saying. Like,
how people just make up bullshit to charge you on?
Yes.
Like the fact that every freeway has a toll lane. Why do we need toll lanes when carpool lanes existed?
Literally, just open up more lanes.
Exactly. Like, you're already fucking doing. Hey, listen, we live in the IE. That's just.
I'm like, y'all ain't heard 600,000 trucks pass every day.
Oh my God, don't even get me started on that.
Yeah, no.
I actually, listen, this is how crazy our air quality is, you guys. I bought an air purifier in my room, and I like to open my windows because I like to have a breeze. And every time I open my windows, my air purifier goes literally like red berserk, starts working overtime because the air quality outside is so bad.
You're lying.
That if I open the window, like my air purifier starts like tweaking out. That is how shit our air quality is.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane.
Right? I know when it happened, I was like, I literally was like, squeak, squeak with my eyes. I was like, am I seeing this right?
That's literally insane work.
I know. And they're putting another big ass warehouse behind my house.
Bro, your lungs must be made out of steel.
They are, because that and smoking, come on.
Yeah.
If y'all start hearing me sound like Miley Cyrus, you know how Miley, you know how Miley Cyrus has a smoker voice now?
Yeah.
I'm catching a slight cold, okay, if I have it now.
Yeah. She's going to do her dub version with the rasp.
Oh. You know what's so funny about that? I saw Belinda do that. Where she was like, why do you guys talk like this? But it was in Spain. And she does like a little dub version.
Yeah, because they were talking shit about like how Mexicans speak, right?
Yeah,
she was like, well, why do you guys say that?
Yeah.
Shout out to Belinda because she's for the girly pops. Did you see she released a statement?
About what?
She was responding to Eugenio
Derbez.
Derbez.
Say his name.
Eugenio Derbez?
Yes.
Okay. You know, Familia Peluche.
What did she say to him?
So Eugenio Derbez came out and he went on a podcast and he was talking about the movie Emilia Perez starring Selena Gomez. Mm-hmm. And he was talking about her accent. And he's like, her accent, it's like indefendable. Like it's like indefensible. Is the word indefensible? Indefendable?
You can't defend it.
Indefendible.
Indefendible.
Yeah, indefendible. Saying that, he could not grasp or even believe the character that she was playing because her Spanish was so poor. Mm-hmm. And so it opened up a discussion and she responded. And I'm not sure what she said. Do you know what she said?
I think she just said like, oh, I tried my best. Like, I'm sorry that, it wasn't to your liking, but I tried my best. And people are like, oh my God, Selena, you tried your best.
Yeah, no. I just feel like,
wait, what did Belinda say?
It's a really good question. Let me ask her.
Let me
actually see her. I'm like, let me actually see her statement.
She can send me the screenshot.
I'm like, hold up. So Belinda said, and I'm gonna read this. Should I read this in Spanish or in English?
I read it in Spanish.
Okay, I'll translate for the No Sabo kids. For the Selena. Okay.
For the Selenas.
For the Selena. For the Selena Gomez's.
For the Selena Gomez.
Not anything for Selena's.
Selena's?
Yeah, Selena's. Like the movie. Anything for Selena's. You ever seen that part of the movie?
Selena, the movie Selena?
Yeah, Quintana.
Selena Quintanilla was a No Sabo ass too.
But she learned Spanish.
Okay, we'll get to that.
We'll get to that. Okay. So, Belinda wrote, and she only responded because I guess in one of the parts that they're clipping from the movie, Belinda's song is in the background. So I think that's why she feels like a personal connection because her music's in the movie.
In the movie, okay.
So she's put, yo casi nunca opino, no hablo de nada y mucho menos de nadie, pero acabo de ver este video y me parece lamentable que se expresen con esa frialdad del trabajo y el esfuerzo de una mujer tan talentosa y admirable como Selena Gomez. So, I'm gonna read parts in Spanish and English. So she's like, I hardly ever give an opinion and hardly ever talk about anyone, and of course not somebody mucho menos de nada, and less about anybody who would make this video.
No, here.
No, hold on.
Got you. I hardly ever talk about anyone, especially someone who's put in such hard work.
Yeah, someone who's put in such hard work and to express themselves so cruelly to someone who's put a lot of effort and so talented and admirable like Selena Gomez. She's like, I love the movie and her acting. She's like, and I'm really conscious of all the effort that she made, that she put. It's hard to read things in Spanish and English, trying to translate at the same time.
Yeah.
She's like, hay que ser un poco más empáticos con los comentarios que se hacen que pueden dañar los sentimientos de las personas. So basically she's just saying, cut her some slack. She tried her best, and I don't think that it's conducive to like be damaging and like say disparaging things about somebody like that.
I very strongly disagree with her statement.
Yeah.
Because I don't deny that Selena Gomez is extremely talented actress, extremely talented, just celebrity. But I do think that as such an A-list celebrity, the fact that because I understand her character is, Mexican American. But I do think you could have worked with a dialect coach to loosen that accent a little bit. In a sense where at least, because I haven't seen the movie fully, but from the scenes I've seen, have you ever seen On My Block?
Yeah.
It literally looks like a scene from On My Block when she talks. And I feel like as an actress of her stature, her saying, oh, well, I tried my best, it's just simply not good enough.
Yeah.
It's simply not good enough for a movie that has multiple Golden Globe Academy nominations. And I feel like, I don't even think Eugenio Derbez was trying to necessarily bash Selena Gomez. I just think that there's nothing wrong with being a no sabo. That's obviously clear. I just think that there is always a barrier between cultures if you don't understand the language, because I think the Spanish language is so expressive that if you don't know what the words mean, you're not really going to deliver them correctly. In my opinion, it's kind of like when you're pissed off and like you want to start cursing, like you tend to switch to Spanish because you give so much more emotion. And the way I was hearing her say, like, she was just saying words, you're not speaking, like there's no like flow in your sentences. Yeah.
I agree. I just think Jennifer Lopez is not singing live an opera, because Jennifer Lopez is a talented singer and a talented dancer, but her vocal range is limited. You get me? And I feel like when you're a huge celebrity with billions of dollars and access, you should know your limitations. And obviously it's amazing that she is trying to, highlight and really, I guess I guess she's trying to highlight her culture, right? Like her identity and connect. But it absolutely it cheats the message, you know, or it cheapens the message, because you're not really able to buy into, like, I think what he was trying to say was like the Spanish was at a level that it distracted from the point of the movie, because it's true. The way you speak Spanish, it matters, because one word can mean so many things, right? When I say ¿cómo? Yeah. It's just like there's the words that the way you dilate or you say certain things or the influx of your voice. Yeah. That's expressive. Like Spanish is a very expressive language, and it matters how you say things. Like even when she was saying like pinche ladra, it's like
even the curse words, like they have like
no tone,
and they have different meanings in the way you say them.
Yeah, like she was even saying pinche, she was like pinche. And it's like, pinche.
Yeah, or even, I don't know, like, I'm going to watch the movie and really give y'all can see my full thoughts on, like, the stories or on the broadcast channel. But from what I did see, like, especially having Zoe Saldana, because I'm like, dude, you have all the access to ask questions. You have people surrounding you that can guide you in the correct way. And I just feel like her saying like, oh, I tried my best. Like, you did not try your best. You're a literal billionaire. Well, maybe not a billionaire, but for sure getting there. The fact that you can't hire someone to guide you through, especially like I told Isis, the fact that so many actors that are from Ireland, that are from Scotland, that have such heavy accents can perfect the American accent. One, because it's mad easy, but still, like, you are Latina. You do have that in you. So why are you butchering it so horribly and then getting mad at like constructive criticism?
Yeah, I agree. I just think like you took an opportunity away from someone who could have actually accurately portrayed and, you know, allowed this project to be greater than them, right? I think her stepping it up, obviously, is her taking a challenge and she's trying to challenge herself professionally, which is amazing, but you take away from the story, you know?
And accept the fact that people are not going to like it.
Yeah.
If you know that you tried your best and you still didn't deliver, then accept the fact that people are not going to be satisfied with your performance.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, because she's not like she did this for free, guys. Like, she got paid millions.
It's not like she doesn't have an insanely freaking, like, Emmy Award-winning show on Hulu. Right. Like, she's good, y'all. Like, she could take a little criticism.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like, I think it's similar to, like, Ana de Armas when she took on the role of Marilyn Monroe in that movie. She's beautiful. She's breathtaking. She's a great actress. Marilyn Monroe did not have a Spanish accent when she spoke. And that ruined the movie. Because in things like that, identity does matter. Yeah. It does matter that someone who is Mexican American and speaks the language is fluently playing a character that speaks the language and is Latina. It does matter when you have an iconic American born and, you know, white actress be played by someone who has a heavy Spanish accent. It like cheapens the story. Yeah. It doesn't matter that you have a black actress playing Little Mermaid because it doesn't rob the story away from anything, right? Yeah. Like even when we think about Wicked, right? The fact that Elfie was black, it actually added layers to that character because the character was discriminated against because of her skin tone, right? Yeah. So identity doesn't matter in those things. They can build on that. But when you're trying to portray a story accurately that has a really heavy message and there's a key part of the movie is being able to speak that language, you should be able to speak that language or play it well. Yeah. Invest more time in a dialect coach. Like Ana de Armas was with a dialect coach for hours and she tried her best and even then it still wasn't enough. And she has to absolutely live with that. That was not her best role. Yeah. Her speaking role.
Yeah, know? Exactly. And like I said, like just because you worked harder on something doesn't mean you're going to do a good job in the end. Of course, the work is applauded. And like I said, of course, you can be a great actress and still do a crappy job. Like not all your performances are going to be outstanding. Not everything you do is going to be amazing. And that's in everything and for everyone.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, you know, I honestly came in today and I was like, if you don't know no Sabo, are you really Latino? And I'm like, I think that's controversial. You know?
I do think you're Latino. I just do think if you want to connect fully, you have to. Like, you have to connect in every way.
What I was thinking, I'm like, it doesn't make you less Latino to not speak the language, but it does make you more connected to your culture to speak the language.
100%.
You know, because I absolutely agree. There's just certain phrases, there's things, there's context that you're always going to miss if you don't speak Spanish, you know? And to be Latino, really all you need is like heritage that comes from Latin America, right? Language is not like a necessary requirement to be Latino, but it is important to speak the language. And I do think, like you said, if you want to be fully immersed in it, it's important to try to reconnect. And I get it. Like, trust me, I really was coming in here ready to be like, man, y'all don't know Spanish. Like, you don't know shit. But then I feel like kind of a little bit like conflicted because I'm like, okay, well, let's think about like Native Americans, right? Native Americans, similarly to Latinos, face like a colonialism and then they faced a genocide and then they had to face like assimilation, right? Where they were like sent to boarding schools and were restricted from speaking their language. And then in like, I think 1919, a lot of states passed a bunch of laws that said if you spoke a different language, that was against the law. And then that was overturned like in 1965 by a federal law that said, no, it's okay to, you know, to speak other languages. And I'm like, does it make somebody less Native American because they don't speak the language?
I think that's a different situation though, because
it's like someone
they have a harder time connecting.
Like they don't like they're black, you know, and like they have like lineage that traces back to Africa, but they don't have any roots connected to Africa.
Right, but Africa's a country. It's a continent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I think if you come from a specific country, obviously, like Native Americans, you know, this was their land and they were robbed of it. So it's hard to connect back in that sense. But I think with Latinos, like, it's so easy to, like, there's so much access. Obviously, this isn't everyone. I think I'm being a little biased just because we live in a predominantly Latino area and state. But I think if you're here and if you're in Hollywood, you should push to kind of, and you're taking on roles like that, you should push the importance of language.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I see so many other actors. It's like Anora. Did you watch that movie?
No.
Well, the movie is about the stripper, but she's partially Russian. She learned Russian, and she says, she's like, my Russian is so bad, but it added to the story because that's how my character is. Like, she's not fluent in Russian, but like now I can carry a conversation and I can understand it. So I just think like there's a certain connection that you miss if you don't crave to learn.
Yeah, absolutely. And I agree too. Like, hopefully she did take some classes. However, she is taking classes, she could speak Spanish, because I think if you just took on the role and then you don't pick up the language, like, what did you really care? Like, I have to say, as much as people talk shit about J-Lo has really tried to speak Spanish, you know? And speaking of another no sabo, Selena Quintanilla, she was absolutely a no sabo because she only knew how to sing in Spanish. But because she became, you know, part of the culture, she decided that I'm going to learn Spanish.
Yeah.
And no matter how choppy it was at the beginning, she did speak Spanish, right? Yeah. And I think that's what it is. It's like the intentionality behind it.
Exactly. And it's not like I feel like the only time that I'm like, why are you acting this way is when they're like, I don't need to learn the language. No, you don't need to, but just be aware that there's always going to be like a disconnection. Like, I'm not saying like, oh, go out and learn Spanish. Of course not. You know, like I said, learning a new language, are you kidding me? It's one of the hardest things to do, especially as an adult. But like, I do think there's something, I also just think that the Spanish language is insanely beautiful.
Yeah, it is. It is a very beautiful language. And like, I do think, you know, if you're second, third, you know, generation, fourth generation, and you're Latino and you don't know Spanish, like, don't feel ashamed during your process of learning Spanish. Because I think as Latinos, we have a tendency to shame people who, when they're Latinos who attempt to speak Spanish and speak it poorly, or they're grammatically incorrect, you know, like, no sabo kid. That is meant to be intentional, right? Yeah. Like, grammatically incorrect, so that we can shame someone for not knowing. And it's like, sometimes white people will come to our countries and they'll be saying some crazy shit out of context, but at least they're trying, and we applaud them.
I was just gonna say that because I do notice. I was just telling a friend of mine, and she's white. I was like, you have it a little bit easier because nobody shames white people for the way they speak Spanish. Nobody shames them when they're like using things incorrectly. Like, if anything, we aid them. We're like, oh, this is how you say it. This is how you ask for it. And I feel like I completely agree with what you said. Like, we need to share that, grace. With other fellow Latinos who are trying to learn it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because I think we're robbing people of the courage to try.
Yeah, and that's another thing where it's like, Latinos, it's not even that we're bashing, it's just like we're just vacilando. Yeah, like, it's literally how the fucking like the culture is. Like, es pura carrilla, es pura vacilada, and then we'll be like, ándale, ya, pues, like, hazle bien, pues, ya no voy a decir nada.
Yeah, no, and that's what I'm saying, like, because I really did think about it, because I used to be a strong believer, like, if you don't know Spanish, you're not really that Latina. Yeah, and it took a lot of, and I'm still working on that. It took a lot of, like, I did have to read, and I'm just like, well, why am I tied to the idea that you have to speak Spanish to be Latino, right?
And I do think it has to do too with the fact that we're like first gen, and we, you know, we're lucky that we didn't feel like our parents didn't feel that need to take away Spanish from us. So it's that privilege of like, well, I was very like lucky that my mom was like, no, only Spanish in the house.
Yeah, because if you think about it, when people who immigrated here in the 80s, it was about assimilating. It was about being white.
Yeah, it wasn't about keeping your culture. It's about, how are we going to be American?
How are we going to be accepted? You know, because to be American, there's not one look, right? Yeah. America could look different, or an American could look different. But it's just like, we had to assimilate so that people could accept us. And now we're in a place where Latinos are likely to be the majority in the next couple of decades. And now the largest group of Latinos here are actually third generation Latinos. And those third generation, a large majority of them don't speak Spanish.
Yeah. When
they did research, the number of people that spoke Spanish at home in 2020 was 78%. And it's now decreased substantially. Like it's been, I think, over a 20% decrease. So less people are speaking Spanish and more Latinos are producing Latinos who do not speak Spanish at all. So it is a different place where people are reclaiming their, Latino-ness. Latinidad. But also assimilating into like what it is to be American. And like you said, a lot of them come with that concept of, well, like I don't need to know Spanish to be Latino.
Yeah.
And that's where I think like first generations and like Latinos, because there's a hierarchy, right? Like even us, we're Latinas, but we go to Mexico there and be like, well, you weren't born in Mexico. You weren't born in Honduras. Like you're Americana, right? And we'd be like, no, I'm Hondureña. You're Mexican. Like, and there's like a hierarchy. And that's why I started thinking, I'm like, well, it's because I do think I am better than someone who doesn't speak Spanish and is Latino. Like, truthfully, if I am being honest, that's how I feel. Like, yeah, I am better than you because I can have a conversation. And it's just like, is that me being elitist? Yeah, it could be, But it's just like, I'm like, connected to my culture.
Yeah, it just goes. I know there's so many ways to like twist and turn it. And I always wanted to learn Spanish. I always like knowing Spanish, but because I always wanted to be smart, it didn't turn out the way I wanted to. You're a genius, first of all. But in my head, the more languages you knew, the smarter you were.
And that is true.
Yeah, and I always court like Natalie Portman has been one of my all-time favorite actresses in my whole life. She speaks about 5 languages fluently. Wow. Like a lot of people that I looked up to always spoke multiple languages. So that to me was always like a crave of like how do I make sure that the language and it sucks because honestly I'm pretty average in both languages, but I'm proud that I can speak both languages. It is something like maybe not like I feel elitist about it, but like I am like damn, like it's something that I'm very, very proud of. Like my ability to speak Spanish well is a huge like accomplishment for me.
Yeah, and I think it matters like through generations. Like when I talk to my tias or like my mom's friends, and I speak Spanish and they hear me speak and like, ay, qué bonito hablas el español, And it's like, that's what I'm saying. That's why it makes me feel better because I'm like, yeah, what would they be saying about me if I went to them and I'm like, hi, hello, how are you?
Yeah.
Instead of like, ay, ¿cómo está? Buenas tardes. Gusta que le dé un vasito de agua? Like, yeah, that's a part of the culture though.
Yeah.
It's when you come in, saludas, you serve someone, do you need water, like, those are things that I learned through my language. You get me? So that's why I just have like a lot of personal feelings how I feel about it. Like, I'm not saying you're not Latino because you don't speak Spanish. All I'm saying is that like it absolutely does make you more Latino, more tied to your culture, more connected. It makes you feel like you're part of it, being able to understand the language. And I understand Spanish is a colonizer language, right? But it's kind of how I feel about that. Like, I am a mestizo, right? I come from like what would be indigenous people and a Spanish person, and they came together. Can I claim I'm indigenous because there's like lineage to indigenous?
Right.
No, because I don't share that culture. I don't share that language.
Right.
There's so many generations that have like skipped me that it would be untrue to my identity to identify to an indigenous group that I share like no culture with or no context with.
Oh my God, it's so hard. I feel like trying to be part of a culture there's so many rules to everything. Because like, now that I'm thinking of it, language isn't the only way to connect to your culture. Like people connect through clothes, through music. That's why I love reggaeton too. Because like it's putting Spanish back on the map for like Latinos here in America. Like, because a lot of them were like, I don't know what this says, but like, let me look it up.
Yeah.
And that's the easiest way I think I would say it is to learn. Kind of put a movie, absolutely like front to back, and then put it in Spanish and put the subtitles. Or don't even put subtitles. If you know what they're going to say, then just put it in Spanish. And you're like, oh, I know what they're saying.
Do subtitles so you can kind of read along.
No, because subtitles sometimes it translates it weird.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like sometimes the dub version is a little bit better. Anyways, let's move on before Isis. Isis makes me talk in Spanish.
She saw the sparkle in my eye. I'm like, anytime anytime, you guys already know I love like Steph's Spanish stuff voice, but I'm not gonna make her do it.
Thanks.
But if you guys went into La Platica, I did get her to do it on there. So
you gotta watch all the way through though.
All the way through, but I actually do know where it's at if you go past the 2 hour mark, but I'm not gonna push it anywhere there.
Speaking of Latinos though, did you see what happened with Volaris? Do you know what Volaris is?
Yes, I went to Mexico in October.
Oh, I forgot you went to Mexico.
Yeah. Across the border.
Yes. Dude, okay, some guy tried to hijack a Volaris plane and land it here in the U.S. Crazy, huh? I think they were flying from Guanajuato, which is like down south, to Tijuana. And he like grabbed, I think, one of the hermosas by the neck, and he was trying to get into the pilot, like into the what's cockpit? It called? The cockpit, to force the pilots to land in the U.S. because allegedly he was gonna get murdered if he landed in Tijuana, and he was with his wife and 2 daughters.
You're lying.
And then everyone I think came together on the plane and like stopped him because he was gonna open one of the doors.
What?
Yeah, he was going nuts. Because even when they landed the plane and then he got arrested in the car, he caused an accident. Like he also attacked the driver and he caused an accident. They crashed into like a tree or something like that.
Was he crazy or he's for real scared of like the fucking narcos?
I haven't seen anything of more than that. Wow. I will get back to you guys next week at the update. Isn't that crazy though? Imagine you're on a plane and someone's like, open the motherfucking cockpit.
Yeah, no.
I'd be freaked the hell out. And especially if it's your dad, be like, Dad.
I'll be embarrassed.
Sit down.
I'm like, Dad, really? Next to the cockpit? Like, are you serious?
Dad, it's not your birthday. They're not going to let you go in there.
Come on, no. I'm like, just get your picture and go.
That's like one of my biggest fears.
Yeah, the cockpit?
No. No, my plane getting hijacked.
Yeah. You see, you be having like these, like, okay, they're not irrational.
Listen, I watched a lot of Twilight Zone as a child, and I will blame it on that.
Okay, I watched only like 3 episodes in my entire life.
What?
You know I hardly watch TV.
That's true.
It wasn't Wendy Williams. How you doing? You know I was not watching that.
The Twilight Zone but just messed up my brain. I just thought of worst case scenario always.
Oh, hell no. You see, that's why, you know what? When I was younger, I used to watch Snapped. Like when like all the wives would kill their husbands.
Oh.
Yeah, I would watch that.
Mujeres Asesinas.
Yeah.
Exactly. I would watch Mujeres Asesinas.
Mujeres Asesinas. Basically, yeah, same concept, but like American.
Oh, the lady from Casos de la Vida Real just died actually. Oh. Lots of things happening in the Hispanic community.
Yeah. Which one you popping over there? But you know, I stopped watching them because I'm like, why am I like 12 years old watching shit like about women murder men?
I used to watch.
And now I'm a feminist.
Hey, I don't know if that's a coincidence. Hey. I don't know if that's correlated.
What do they say? A gateway. This is a gateway to
gateway TV show. Yeah. I used to watch like Stalkers when I was little. Like I would watch. I watch shit. What bitches watch now, which is like you know how girls love criminal.
Oh yeah,
like
all that dark shit
and like the murder stuff, like all the podcasts.
I feel like those are people secretly, like they probably would be into the kink world. I feel like they'd do like some BDS, being tied up, like put in the back of a truck.
My God. I'm wait. Something
pulled over, arrested. I feel like they would like some shit like that.
I'm all blindfolded.
Yeah, blindfolded, like tight. Got your ropes around your tiny wrist. I feel like they would like some shit like that.
That is so true. Isn't it weird how some people just have insanely random
kinks
and fetishes?
Yeah. Like, what the fuck do you mean, like, swallowing cotton?
What?
Yeah, so, like, remember True Life? There was someone who's addicted, like, to cotton, like, swallowing cotton.
Or, like, My Crazy Addiction, or what's it called?
Yeah, My Strange Addiction.
That one was
that
weird.
thing I was talking about, that. My Strange Addiction. Yeah. They were addicted to swallowing cotton.
How do you even get into that?
I don't fucking know.
What's your weirdest, you would say, your weirdest trait?
That I really am addicted to Hot Cheetos. Like, I know that everyone says it's like a joke, but
let me see.
And
Girl,
I'm not calling you guys a loser. I'm showing my fingers.
Every day you eat Hot Cheetos every day?
I have to eat, like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like almost every day I eat Hot Cheetos. I stop myself from not buying Hot Cheetos every day. I'm not lying to you.
I'm not gonna stop thinking about this now for the rest of my life.
Imagine me when I found out Red 4 leads to autism. I don't know what the fuck that means for the 27 years of my life that I've been, well, not 20, okay, like 20 years. I've been.
You're only 22.
Yeah.
Yo, but I'm going to eat it for 5 more years.
Yeah. So truthfully, I can't stop eating Hot Cheetos. Like I could put meat down right now. But if I had to let go of my left pinky or Hot Cheetos, adios.
Adios, pinky bye.
This little pinky went bye-bye.
Isis, that's crazy.
I'm embarrassed.
No.
I'm embarrassed.
That needs to be on your New Year's resolution.
It's been there for like 3 years. I'm not lying to you.
Yeah, but now you have a friend who's going to keep you accountable.
Let me tell you, if we're walking to a liquor store, I'm definitely not walking back.
First of all, we're never going to walk to a liquor store.
First of all, that
scenario would never happen.
Never do that. Yeah,
I'm going to go to your house. Every time I go to your house, I'm going to throw away your Hot Cheetos.
Okay, remember I have a roommate.
Okay. I'm going to throw them away for her well-being as well.
Hey, when she writes
on the back, roommate's going to get really mad at you.
It's all, hey, Marissa's like, just throw that
She
shit
doesn't
away.
even eat those?
Oh, no, just hers all like the hot Funyuns.
You guys know.
Okay, enough about me. How about you?
My strange addiction. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just making sex noises.
Pulling her own hair.
My strange addiction.
Hey, Anthony, she'll be on the way.
What would be my strange addiction? Let me think. Okay. Dead scrolling doesn't count.
No, bitch. Something
that's
like,
all
something that
American
you have to
right
really
now.
do like every day. Like
I have to do it every day. I
like
have to shower with boiling water.
Okay, bitch, that's not that strange. Most bitches shower like their fucking skin's gonna fall off the
Okay, that's
bone.
not that strange. Okay, bitch, eating Hot Cheetos is not that strange either.
Every day? As a grown ass woman over the age of 25?
That's pretty crazy.
That's insane. I'm living life like a
You're
15-year-old.
Yeah, you're an adult, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's embarrassing that at 21 years old, I have the diet of a fucking 17-year-old who just got her fucking permit and can drive herself around.
To the liquor store.
Exactly.
Damn.
7-Eleven.
My strange addiction then.
We don't do anything strange because you're perfect.
Honestly.
I get it. I get it. It's okay. You don't have to lie to make the besties feel better. Besties, while Stephanie thinks, can you drop down below? What's your strangest addiction? This is a brave zone. I would say judgment free, but we're gonna judge. But it's a brave zone because you gotta be brave to say what the fuck you really motherfucking feel.
And you gotta be brave to listen to what we're gonna say.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think I have a weird addiction. I feel like as far as not my brain, but as far as my health, my bodily health, I've been pretty good at breaking all my bad habits as far as eating.
How? Can you tell us how? For the besties at home listening, of course, not
of course
the one to your side.
Your dad dies of cancer.
Well, if I had a dad, I'm a first step.
Girl, damn it, I'm already failing.
Well, great. Well, I don't have a dad, so there goes that.
I'm joking, but yeah, it was honestly that really helped me in being like, whoa, like I'm not trying to have any.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna lie, that is pretty scary. So that's making me think about my stomach.
Yeah, you know what helped me recently? That every time I think about it, I'm like, wow, I'm so lucky. I'm so grateful for my body and what I can put into it. I didn't want to go on my long run, and I saw a quote. I came across a quote that said, somebody in a hospital bed right now is wishing to be in your situation. And I think about that, and I'm like, that's honestly every single day what gets me through. Like every single day I'm like, man, I don't want to do this. I'm like, but somebody doesn't even have the ability to do it. So I'm just going to do it anyways. Like I'm not going to complain. And it's the same thing. And I really, truly, I'm saying this honestly as a friend, truly from the bottom of my heart, because I truly hope that you can stop eating Hot Cheetos. It is horrific for you. Maybe not right now, but you're young and your body is not always going to digest your food the way it's digesting it right now. So I will always root for you to give up Hot Cheetos.
Besties, drop down below what remedies for withdrawals. I'm not lying to you.
No, I believe you because it's literally hard.
I'm hungover and I'll eat a bag of chips with sopa maruchan with a lot of lemon and chamoy and tajin and tapatio, and I will feel and I will feel like I'm ready to go. Like literally, it makes me feel better.
Yeah, because your body's used to it.
So you agree?
Your body's just like adapted to like the food, obviously. Like if you start putting like, because that's the thing, a lot of people don't know this. Like when people do juices or cleanses or whatever, they're like, oh, I feel like shit. Like, and then it usually goes back to them
Eating like
going
shit.
back to their old habits. Yeah. When you are cleansing and when you have headaches, it's just because your body's detoxing, taking away all those metals. And that's what's causing you the headache, the heavy metals that are in your body. It's not necessarily like, oh, not eating this is giving me a headache. Like, no, your body trying to purge itself is what's giving you the headache. Once you move past that, then you start to feel a little bit better. But it's hard. It's hard to incorporate, even for me that like I consider myself a healthy eater. It's hard for me to like get fiber and get like all these good nutrients in my body just in my diet. Like it's hard to not just be carne y arroz. Like that's literally my diet sometimes. And Hot Cheetos. But I eat chips, healthy chips. So that's what I'm saying. Like I'm not judging you at all because I know breaking a food habit is probably like the hardest.
It's the hardest. I'm telling you, I stopped eating meat at 15 and I only could do was fry an egg. I could not put these Hot Cheetos down. They got me.
They do. And whenever I'm in situations like that, it gives me empathy for others that I'm like, man, here I am judging like drug addicts. Here I am judging like people with alcoholic like addictions. And I can't even stop eating this fucking simple ass food. Like, how can I expect them to give up something that instantly gives them a sense of like high?
Damn.
If eating this food gives me the slightest sense of high that I'm like, oh my God, this is so good. Imagine somebody like on drugs. Like I completely empathize with people who have addictions because it's hard.
Stephanie called me first an alcoholic, second a big bag. So
oh my God.
All that to say, I will be
sorry.
longer drinking and eating Hot Cheetos in 2025 because I'm not going to lie to myself for the rest of 2024.
No, it's not about quitting, it's about moderation. Every day is insane.
Okay, how often can I have chips then?
Just start going off slow, like every other day, and then every other day, and then you just start cutting back like that. Every day though, Isis, honestly, I'm gonna text you every morning low-key from now on because that is crazy talk. Every day Hot Cheetos? No way.
I used to be literally, well, you know, I work from home for the most part. I would literally be at home like, and I would be tired as fuck, lazy, haven't brushed my teeth, like, let me get up and go buy a fucking bag of Hot Cheetos for later. And I will go buy a bag of Hot Cheetos. I'm not lying to you.
Girl, you're on Durin. Eat some fruit.
Hot Cheetos is cheaper than the fruit in this economy.
Oh my God.
If y'all selling food stamps, let me know.
Hey, remember when Hot Cheetos were 99 cents?
Yeah, I do.
The good old days.
The good old days.
Dude, that was me in high school every morning. Takis with the cheese.
Ooh.
Y'all. Going to 7-Eleven with a Hot Cheetos and putting some nacho cheese in them bitches. Oof.
So you know I'm trying to quit.
That is unmatched.
And then you're describing the perfect meal.
Yeah, but that was way back when as well, before they started adding the additives into the chips as well.
You know what? I like a little carcinogen here and there.
Yeah. Apparently our toothbrushes are carcinogen. Apparently, this I heard a long time ago, don't quote me. Supposedly, running your toothpaste underwater is also carcinogen. I don't know what chemical reaction happens in there, but supposedly. It was a long time ago that I saw that.
So why the fuck am I gonna stop eating it? Everything's gonna kill me.
That's America. You gotta move to Greece and the long deserted island.
Oh, the Mediterranean. I'm not trying to live until 100 years old. I already told you that. I already had a grandma live to 101, and she told me she's like, I'm asking God to take me.
Yeah, not at this rate. You're not living to 100 years old.
Thank God. I'm like, that's the goal, actually.
I'm actually speeding up the process.
I'm like, I just want to live till I'm healthy. Like, once I'm shitting in diapers and like I can't control my asshole, even though I have real good control now. Like that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like once I'm senile, what the fuck? No, I don't want to be a burden. Like, honestly, I understand what they're doing.
I do wipe my ass.
No, I'll go
I
to
can't
Canada.
think of anything better than just staying in bed as an old bitch and then just having someone wipe my ass.
Being able to walk and like.
Yeah, but at that point, I'm already gonna be 100. I've been walking for 100 fucking years. I'm good. Like, no.
Like, I've seen it all.
Yeah, I'm okay. Like, if at 98 I can't walk anymore, I'm good.
Oh my God, she's crazy.
Okay, okay. So I don't know if you guys have heard. I don't know what.
Different topic going on.
This is a different topic. Yeah. I don't know if it was on Fox, but one of the news anchors was mad that Ariana Grande was portrayed as the villain in Wicked, because in Wicked she's playing a white character and Ariana Grande is Latina. Everybody knows that, is what she said. You didn't see that? I can't believe you didn't see that.
Grande?
No, dude. She just didn't know. She just didn't know that Ariana Grande.
So she's mad that Ariana Grande was playing a white witch that's evil.
No,
what?
Try to make it just start with the fact that they have Ariana Grande, who is obviously a Hispanic woman, playing the part of a ditzy blonde white, really villain when it comes right down to it. And for this particular movie, the racism and the racial appropriation, I just thought was offensive, frankly. All white people aren't dumb and evil. Just start with the fact that they have Ariana Grande.
Let's just start with the fact that you're a dumbass. I'm like, Ariana Grande, where is she like Hispanic?
She's not
clearly
Hispanic.
a white woman.
Yeah, literally.
That's insane.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, no to Ariana Grande being Hispanic. She is Italian.
Italian woman, as white as it gets.
Italian, spectacular. Give me 14 more.
Shout out to Luigi.
Shout out to Luigi Mangioni.
Mangiano. We're gonna see what happens with Luigi Mangiano.
Yeah. I feel conflicted. Like, I understand why he did it. You know, he did it. Wanted to be a martyr on behalf of all these families who, like, their families died because companies decided that profit is more important than, you know, actually saving lives. Like, they didn't get in the business to actually help these people.
100%. I feel like this episode was a lot of me complaining. I'm sorry, you guys. Do you feel that?
What were you complaining about?
I don't know. I feel like I was just talking a lot of shit today.
No. I feel like, is it...
Yeah, I didn't feel any different from any other day.
I mean, like, is it different from any other day?
You're right.
Yeah. If you don't start or end your day talking shit, like, did you really have a day worth talking about?
Mm-hmm, exactly.
Like, I'm just going to talk about, oh my God, the stars and the moon are just so spectacular. Some days the stars and the moon might not be that spectacular, especially if you live in the IE. There's a lot of fog and smog and everything in between. You might not even see the stars and the moon in the sky.
Yeah, sometimes you only see one, and it's a planet.
Yeah.
Shout out to, who was I going to say? I was going to say, they say only God can judge, yet here I am.
Name. Well, my name is Isis, and that is the name of a goddess.
That used to be my Facebook status.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I honestly just feel like judging is a form of self-care.
I just feel like if you're doing it internally or on a podcast where people are tuning in and you get paid, then there's like exceptions.
Then it's okay.
You know, like if I'm not telling you, like, you know, but if I'm me, then you already know I was talking shit about you.
Also, we're not judging to be harmful or hateful.
Right.
We're just judging because
we're giving constructive criticism.
Yeah, that's what we were put on this planet to do.
Yeah, and on this podcast.
Yeah. Exactly.
I agree.
I do want to end off with a very nice words of affirmation that I saw today. Is there anything else you want to share with the besties before I...
No. Oh, the only thing is that, man, sometimes y'all need to think with your heads and not with your cockpits. Because why did Luigi get caught? Because he went to a Starbucks and one of the girls was flirting with him and she told him to take his mask off, and that's how he got caught.
Oh, that's how he got the picture taken?
That's how he got his picture taken, because he was flirting with one of the girls at Starbucks. And she's like, you're so cute. Let me see your face.
He also probably just didn't care. He's like, damn, I'm about to get locked up for life. Let me just flirt with this cute little cutie pie.
Imagine that's the last bitch, and thanks to her, you're all locked up.
Damn, imagine though being her and then like seeing him on the news.
Oh my God, he was so cute when he came in and ordered like a double macchiato.
No, imagine
latte.
she didn't even see the news yet, and she's like, oh my God, I saw the cutest guy today. Like literally we vibed so hard, and honestly, like, I hope he calls me.
Yeah, from prison. Hey,
pen pals?
Are you willing to accept this collect call? Press 9.
And then she sees him on the news. That is insane. Kind of like, actually, no, that's going to take us off topic. All right, besties. This is a very, very beautiful thing I heard, and I loved it. It says, don't be sad for the trees. Oh, don't be sad for the trees that have shed their leaves. They do it with gladness, for it's just what they need. It's a part of the cycle, a part of their lives, sacrificed to survive, to once again thrive. Releasing the old can be hard to accept. Sometimes we must, to conserve our strength. Though it can be difficult letting things go, we must trust in ourselves to let new things grow. Aww. Isn't that so beautiful? I saw it on a TikToker here called David Larby.
Really cute.
His video came up on my For You page, and I thought that was super sweet.
That is really sweet. Shout out to David Lardy.
Shout out to Dave.
Yeah, well, that's really it for me.
That's all I have to say. Thank you guys, besties, so much for watching. We saw and we heard your requests, and we will be doing a holiday card. We will probably put a form out where you guys can send your addresses in a safe space so it's well taken care of. And keep a lookout because honestly, we're really excited for that shoot. It's gonna be really cute, really fun. What else? I think that's it.
Yeah, I think that's it. And just if you're new here, you're coming from La Platica, welcome, besties. We're so excited to have you. And once again, shout out to Josh and Sebas and their team out in La Platica for inviting the besties on and tell them to have us motherfucking back. I feel like we need to be reoccurring guests, like on a season basis.
On a seasonal base,
Yeah.
once every season.
Yeah, they said they have a perspective of a woman episode. They want to know perspective of two bitches. Let us know.
Two bad bitches.
Two bad bitches. Two bad bitches. Hey.
Like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you liked about the episode. Let us know what you didn't like about the episode. Send this to your friends, your cousins, your mom, your sister, your dad, even if you want. Thank you guys.
Have one.
If you have one. Thank you guys so much for watching, besties. See you next week. We love you. Bye. And Merry Christmas.
Merry Chrysler.
Merry Chrysler.
Wait, we didn't give our ad names.
Oh, yeah.
Real quick. You could follow,
Yeah,
you could find me at the Isis Noelia.
And you can find me at Steph Scott Milk on all platforms.
Yes, all platforms. And Saul hopefully will link our TikTok as well because he only be linking our IG. He don't want us to grow on TikTok.
Wow, he hates us.
Yeah.
Go comment and tell him that he hates us.
Yeah. Let him know. All right.
All right, besties. Love you. Bye.